Hello everyone, I am Miser Luke and welcome to I think we're at the 5th battle of the Promethean Directive. Today we have a very fun one involving 20 nuclear weapons, as you can see, bringing the total number deployed by the Duchy of Historia up to 1 stack, or 64. This is split between 2 separate air forces, which I will not butcher. I will give the canon pronunciation of Chichochimni and Daiwizja Zemsti. These two forces are traveling kind of parallel to each other, en route to a couple tank formations from the Ruskommandan Corporation, but they've been intercepted en route by the Air Force JG-7, and if they survive past that battle, JGs 10 and 12, which might be Jet Gruppa, I'm honestly not sure. Along the route, they also passed by Gruppa 6, which is 2 planes, but that's stacked on top of 3 other fleets, so I'm just going to call it destroyed and not bother to simulate that battle to save us all time. But yeah, Gruppa 6 got finished off by the 1st Survey Corpus, Ducal Guard, and Marna Nadziezhda, and then these guys as they pass by. So that's the state of this. I'll unpause and get started momentarily, and then yeah, that's kind of all there is to it. The JG-7 force is, I think, under General Lieutenant Leda again. But yep, these are the nukes right here. And then downrange somewhere, we've got the intercepting air force of JG-8, composed of 1 Duca 177 and 4 RU-19Fs. Alrighty. With luck, I spawned everyone on the right side. I did. And we'll see how good these planes are at anti-nuke duties, or if they're just going to immediately get obliterated. They are doing some weird maneuvers, I suppose. Yes, the nukes did read the Art of War beforehand, almost certainly. There's 1 nuke down. I don't know if they're designed to be able to seek planes or what exactly they're going to do. And if this battle lasts like more than 5 minutes, I might reckon that the nukes have escaped the planes and moved on to the next battle. And if they make it past that one, then they can actually hit their intended target of the tanks. Another nuke down. We're at, I think, 3 destroyed. At least they're kind of easy to keep track of because they give big explosions. That makes 4. Yeah, they don't seem like they're really able to target the planes. Like, they might be chasing this guy, but it's able to outrun them. Guess that's one of the downsides of bobbing and moving as erratically as they do. Ooh, that's safe. The other 4 are doing a pretty good job keeping the nukes off this guy's back. That makes at least 5 nukes destroyed. Yeah, it's looking like this nuke force will get intercepted here and make it no further. But we'll see if it can at least do any damage. If this guy has the maximum disengagement time set, then it might manage to turn into them and get destroyed. But it's been going for quite a while, so hard to say. That nuke's been disabled and now destroyed. Oh yep, it did just turn. Will it get nuked? Nope, it's completed its run, I think, and it's going to keep running for a while now. Bit of a strategic blunder to send the nukes by themselves when they're passing over an air force. But that can kind of just be how it happens. Given that this battle is taking place slightly further up into the mountains, or closer to the mountains, we can consider it less populated than some of the other regions that actually had the outpost Giebelstadt last time. So, I mean, I'm sure that there are going to be people that die from these nuclear explosions, and honestly, I'm going to consider all of the fighter pilots to be so severely irradiated that they are going to be dead before they can fly their next mission, or certainly too injured to do so. But the planes, honestly, I don't know. The planes obviously survive in FTD, but in a realistic scenario, all of them would have been destroyed by the shockwaves of the nukes, if not anything else. Speaking of the one, just nope, they're all still there. Although I think that was a nuke crashing into the ground, maybe. So I'm not sure. I may like roll a dice for each plane to decide if it's taken damage from the nukes. But for sure, like the air crews are definitely gonna die. Which I might charge Ruskommandan a slight fee to like retrain new pilots. But in general, that'll kind of just be like a more flavor sort of thing that they can play into for talking about stuff in character. If they want to like allocate a budget to improving like the radiation treatments in their hospitals, they can. Things like that. More soft mechanics that are really cool and add to the depth of the game, but just mean more stuff for me to deal with. But I'm fine with it. And the fact too that presumably like realistically what would happen here is the nukes are going to fly along their path and then they get intercepted by the planes, but the nukes just keep traveling towards their target, which means that the nukes are kind of just going to get strung out, and that means that not only are they nuking in a single location, they're getting dropped and blowing up all over the place, which would lead to more spread out fallout, because these are still uranium or plutonium type explosives. This guy might end up killing himself if he's not careful. I don't know if we're like going to a higher altitude or if it's just having some weird navigation stuff. That nuke is dead as well. I think these guys must have belt feds, because I think they just weren't firing for a while. Makes sense though for planes. There's another one toasted and probably gonna explode shortly. Hey, this guy's finally getting to do some work. I think that's one nuke left. One nuke over here left. There's some that got strung out along the retreating path, but it does look like this will be a pretty easy case of victory for Ruskommandan. Better be careful though. These things may be damaged, and there may not be many of them, but they can definitely kill a plane if they don't disengage fast enough. Giving us a nice light show with the tracers though. Alright, let's see if I can... Oh. Nope. I did not track onto the right. I tried shift caps lock as was advised, but it did not lock onto the right thing. Alright, I'm back over here now. But you can see on the map here that these guys have been strung out very far. As they, got lost. Oh, that nuke just got destroyed. So now they're going to go along and recollect the old ones. That one is death spiraling. Death spiraling. And death spiraling. Because there's still an active force left to engage them, I will consider all of the nukes to be destroyed as opposed to lost. At least as long as they're in the air. Because in the last battle, the reason I left some as being lost was because they no longer had anyone left to hunt them down, because the Ruskommandos were destroyed in the Descents of Giebelstadt, so there's no one left to hunt and make sure the nukes got eliminated, because obviously the Ruskos want to destroy them in the air before they could hit land and be more likely to kill someone. But yeah, I won't consider any broken arrow incidents from this battle. Unless, like, the state of the other two nukes makes it logical that that would happen. But I guess we'll see once we get there. This guy should be down momentarily. A little bit more damage. I'm surprised these guys are as good at shooting as they are. Might be good averaging settings or just high enough velocity guns. in my experience using low velocity APS, I never hit things like this. But that's kind of just the way, probably a flaw in how I build. Few more hits. Uh-oh. Careful! The nuke is now on fire, the nuke is now out of fire. Alright, let's see if I can get shift caps lock to work. There we go. I'll probably need to pause it for future if I want to lock onto stuff as small as this. Looks like night is falling. Yeah, in general, I'll do most battles just during the day, unless someone requests otherwise, because that's kind of easier to see in-game, and that's when most battles tend to be fought realistically anyways. But if people want to request something, or if it makes sense for like the conditions of the battle, I can absolutely fill at night or in a storm or anything like that. A little bit more damage to the nuke. And for miscellaneous like fluff, like exploring, I do try to assign a time to when it's happening. Like some of the, for some of like the black hole expeditions, I'll roll a dice to decide if it's night or day, or if someone requests one or the other, I can do that. Okay. Let's go check out these guys and see how they look, if there should be a broken arrow or not. So the nearby nuke over here, still airborne. I guess. Still airborne. Still airborne. Okay, because they're all airborne, I'll consider them going to be intercepted by these 5 planes here, and I won't bother to ask you all to wait to watch all that happen. We'll just count them as destroyed. Looks like the Ruskos actually lost a plane and had some damage to a couple. Probably from friendly fire, just firing at that last guy. Or a collision, like may have just happened there. But yep, all the nukes were intercepted and destroyed, including those 3. And all 5 planes survived, albeit with damage. And their pilots are all going to die of radiation sickness. Probably within a few days of returning to base. And you are welcome to do with that, lore-wise and roleplay-wise, however you wish to, Ruskommandos. Alrighty, thank you all for being here for this nuke-tastic adventure. And I'll see you in the next battles, where we've got the Sons of Sir Wales doing Sons of Sir Wales things. Alrighty. Enjoy whatever part of the day it is for y'all, and see you next time.